We live in a society where we've really lost connection to food and what food can do to bring us together.
I'm Chris Walker, and all my friends call me Wishbone. I'm the founder of Blue Moon Specialty Foods, and we started in 2006. Good morning. How y'all? We had the ranch chero and the blue cheese macaroni, lima beans out of the garden, and zephyr squash out of the garden.
I should have been eating at your house last night.
Well, we had plenty. Market day, generally I'm up at 3:30 in the morning getting the last finishing touches of my samples ready and having everything else ready for the people that are taking other markets for me, making sure they're prepared, organized, and show up.
My favorite Wishbone product is pretty hard to define because every time he comes out with something new, it's even better. I've never purchased a Wishbone product except directly from Wishbone, so you can find out everything you need to know about it from source to bottle right there when you buy it, and that's really neat.
If you compare it to a store-bought brand and then taste his, the freshness just explodes. It's just wonderful. I know it's done all local. I know where he lives. I mean, he's just down the street. He's in our community. That's really what I appreciate the most.
When I bought the New Way, the first person that I actually spoke with about how to do all this was Wishbone. We had always used his products for our chicken and fries and really added something unique and special to our burgers and to our entire menu.
He's a great teacher, and he's just so knowledgeable from all of his years in the food industry as a chef, caterer.
When you hear Wishbone talk about food, there really is a connection to place and there's a connection to people.
The Blue Moon products help connect our products to our neighbors. You know, the products are created here, they're grown here, and it just does that whole love where you live, support it all the way around.
So when Mary Pat and I got married, it was in 1977, and finally got settled down here in Spartanburg. We bought this piece of property because it had a garden space.
He's always had a beautiful, wonderful garden in our backyard, growing every type of produce you can think about, from tomatoes to corn to peppers, squash, butter beans, everything, and that was always incorporated into our family meals. And still today, in the summertime, we look so forward to the meals where all we eat are fresh vegetables out of the garden.
Wishbone, it is about figuring out exactly what are the right kind of seeds that yield the best flavor. In my garden, I am very particular about the seeds and the plants that I grow. My pink eyes, green beans, lima beans that I haven't bought seeds for in 20 years. Just waiting to see you. The produce that comes out of there is for our meals, but then we also grow enough for friends and family. One of my favorite words is passion for what I do. It'd be a lot easier to buy everything wholesale and not to grow it. But I've never chosen the easier way and have no intention of taking the easier road. It's not nearly as much fun. When we eat, when we gather around a table, around food, so much more comes to us and happens to us when we understand that it's process, and it is that for Wishbone. That concept was instilled in our family and our daughters, and as, like I said, as a rite of passage.
My daughter, Emmy Lou, one of her favorite things in the world to do is help Dad take fresh vegetables out of the garden. She eats right off the vine without thinking twice about it, thinks that that's just what every child gets to do.
I know you tried to change my mind, but honey, I won't deny every word you said. In the places I've been and hope to be, I hope that you will see.
Gotta snap it. Can you get another one and break it into there? Okay. Okay, we're gonna put 6 eggs in. That's 2 eggs per pie. And we don't want many shells in there. All right, hey, can you get one more?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get that shell out of there. All right. Oops, let's do that.
Yeah.
Put it on the edge. All right, can you open it up for me?
Yeah, I'll open it.
Yes, sir. I love
So-
having, especially Emmy Lou now, coming and to watch her act like a sponge and want to learn and actually remembering what you tell her and building on that for the next time she participates.
That's
Well,
buttermilk pie.
that's right. This is a buttermilk pie that we cooked before, so this is going to be your treat. Now, if you want to have a piece, okay, I recommend it. You can put your spoon down and you can have one.
Okay.
This is your treat.
I got all 3.
Well, let's start with one, and then we'll
I
talk
really
about
enjoy
whether you
cooking
get
at home,
more than one.
and we have every Wednesday we have the grandkids over, and I adore it when Emmy Lou comes and wants to help and participate in cooking. When we go on vacation, I clamor to have as many cooking nights as I can, but also to work with daughters Katie and Molly at the same time, and Mary Pat. And that's just fun and joy. And then serving people and having the communion of the meal and the breaking of bread and the camaraderie and the joy and the chatter, and that's what it's all about.
For him, a meal is really a celebration, and it's a way to show somebody how much you love them.
What a joy it is to bring something to the table, all puns intended, not just the food, but the participation and the preparation and the love that you give the food, and from that to the people you're sharing with.
Till I'm gone, I'm going to continue gardening, and I think I'll live a lot longer because of that, and I'll certainly be a lot happier and continue to grow as much as I can.
Well, I drank my potential away for a moment of ignorance and bliss. And my golden